So the other day after James sanded the steps down to get all the nasty stains out of them, he stained it. It looks fantastic. We used a walnut color stain. So now I'm gonna go through and polyurethane it. This is the polyurethane that we bought. Got this from either Lowe's or Home Depot, I can't remember. So here is to an evening spent smelling nasty smells of polyurethane. Just got the first coat of polyurethane on the steps. It really looks nice. So I got all the ones in this section stained down to the first platform. So now I just have to do the platform and then go on down that way to the bottom. Hi, babe. It's done. First coat of polyurethane is on all the steps. Going all the way up. It's gonna need a couple of coats, then we gotta paint everything that's not stained white, but it's getting there. James is taking advantage of this beautiful evening, and he is bush hogging our front field so it's nice and cut for winter. He's almost got it all done, except for just that little tiny spot right there. You're good. Hi, boys. So last night I finally put the second coat of polyurethane on the steps. So today, pretty much everything you see that's not stained needs to be painted white. So I'm going to, what, Levi? Hi, handsome. Tractor ride, yeah, we'll take a tractor ride. So I'm going to mow a ride. Yeah, we can take a mow ride. Anyway, so I'm gonna take this tape and tape off everything so I can start painting stuff white. Goodness, this takes forever, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4 steps done. Gosh, taping off just takes so long. And we paid a lot of money for these hardwood steps. I don't want to butcher them, so that's why I'm actually using tape instead of just trimming with a brush like I normally do. We are getting our first snow in Kentucky of the year. Well, we had a slight change in plan. So we ended up ripping the tape off, and James took some sandpaper and sanded down a little bit to make it really, really smooth. And now we're putting on a third coat of polyurethane just to give it more of like a perfect finished look, because where some dust and stuff had got in there, it was like a little bit of ridges and bumps and things. And we just didn't like that. We wanted it to be perfectly smooth. So here we are putting the third coat on and 1 step done. And the third coat of polyurethane is now on the steps. I'll be glad when these steps are done, honestly. I'm sick and tired of doing this, but it looks good. I just finished putting the tape on the steps. I'm going to work on painting them today. I want to try to get this section done. First coat on the first step is finished. It's gonna need definitely 2 coats, maybe even 3, but I'm gonna keep moving down. Levi is up there playing with dinosaurs, but I did get the first coat finished. So steps are done. I'm gonna wait for it to dry and then I'll start working on the second coat. Right, Levi? Yeah. Well, I forgot that I do actually need to paint this outer part. So I'm gonna go get the ladder and paint that. And then I'll work on the second coat. Okay, just finished the first coat on that part of the steps. I'm not really sure what you call this wooden part there, but I got the first coat on and it's looking pretty good. And I was gonna put the second coat on everything, the front part of the steps that I did earlier and this part. But honestly, I'm just way too wore out tonight. The boys are being kind of crazy and I'm trying to get them to watch a movie. So James and I are gonna play with the boys and wear them out and put them to bed. I work tomorrow, so I won't be doing the second coat tomorrow, but I'll probably do it the next day. So I at least got the first coat on that section done. Back at it again today. I'm going to put the second coat on the steps. Second coat is done, and look in the living room. James started a fire and it looks so nice. You can see some of our Christmas decorations. Got our tree up. What you doing, Elias? Eating pudding? That's good. I really like our Christmas decorations. Fire looks good.
The wood looks good.
Yeah, the wood looks good too.
But we're not gonna eat wood.
Well, of course we don't eat wood, silly goose. That would be nasty. All right, I'm sick, but I want to get it done. So I am finishing the third coat on the steps right now. Okay, so I've ran into a small issue here. When I pull up the tape, in some areas, it actually pulls off the paint. So what I'm gonna do is I have this X-Acto knife. I'm gonna take that and cut along the edge and then pull the tape up and see if that doesn't fix it. So this actually works pretty easy. You just take the X-Acto knife and you score it like that along the crease. And then you just very simply pull the tape. And then you get a nice straight edge. Okay, got all the tape off of this area of the steps. It does look really good, but if you look closely, you'll see there's a few small areas that I have to touch up. So I'll do that here shortly. But I got the bottom part of the steps taped off now. So I'm gonna be working on painting this bottom section. And James took Elias squirrel hunting. It looks like they're back. Elias, did you get any squirrels?
No.
No, but did you have fun?
I got also muddy.
Oh, okay, let's get those muddy boots off. Headed over to feed and water the horse and chickens tonight, and it's such a nice quiet night outside. Nice winter's evening, although I don't think it's officially winter yet. Here she is. She's pretty muddy. She's been rolling in the mud. Okay, so first coat is finally dry. Now I'm going to work on the second coat. Okay, so I put the third coat on the steps this morning and it is now dry. So now I got my handy dandy X-Acto knife back out and I'm gonna get all the tape off. What are you doing, Eli? Being silly. Okay, so I just finished taking the tape off the steps. Turned out great. They do need to be swept, but that's okay. Now I've got my caulk and I'm gonna go through and fine tune a lot of stuff like here on the trim and over there. So I'm gonna finish all those details and then it'll just be touch-ups and it'll be done. Goodness. So I got the caulking done on all this trim, so now you can tell there's no gaps anywhere. So that's done. I do need to fix, there's one gap right there, but I ran out of caulk, so I'll do that later. But it's all done. Going all the way up the stairs. Looks much better with the caulk on it. The steps are officially done. Well, at least the part that you walk on. We still have to stain and polyurethane all of that, which I'll do at some point in time, but at least the steps are done. So I finished caulking all of the seams to give the trim more of a finished look, and then I slapped a quick coat of white paint on top of it, and so now it's done. I really like how they turned out. It's just simple. The risers are white. The actual steps that you stand on was a walnut stain, and I like it. It's simple, but it turned out really good. It has a nice like farmhouse feel to it. So next I'm gonna work on staining all of these guys and polyurethane them as well, so that then the steps will be 100% completely done. But for now, I'm happy with where we are.